Hey, John Goldvarg here with a brand new edition of My Take. And today we're going to take a look at Goldvarg's 1958 Ford Fairlane 4-door. Now the Fairlane nameplate showed up in 1955. It was meant to replace Ford's Crestliner as their flagship, their top-of-the-line model. And it came in 6 different body styles. All of them had that unique Fairlane spear on the side, that stripe on their flanks. So it came with a 223 cubic inch 6-cylinder. Get it with 2 V8s, 272 cubic inch V8, and a 292 cubic inch V8 was straight out of the Thunderbird. As a matter of fact, they called it the Thunderbird V8. The new styling was a runaway success. And the most popular model in the entire lineup was the Town Sedan. Not surprisingly, sedans are always very popular. So there weren't a whole lot of changes for 1956. Mostly in trim, different grille, a little bit different taillight treatment. Bigger V8s were offered up to 312 cubic inches. Small collection of safety features were offered for the first time in 1956. It was just a bunch of options that, padded dash, deep steering wheel, and a few other things. It was not very popular. Safety just wasn't a big issue in 1956. So Ford was a bit ahead of their time on that. 1957 brought all new styling. It was longer, it was lower, it was wider, and we saw the first hint of fins. And it was really a smash design, beautiful design, and it was wildly successful. It was one of the first times that Ford outsold Chevy that year, so it was a little bit of a landmark year. And 1958 brought a facelift. You had bigger V8s and a new nameplate, the Galaxy. The new design, it was a heavy facelift, and the new design was meant to evoke memories of the Thunderbird, which for 1958 was all new. We call them the square birds. It had a back seat. So the Thunderbird styling had been popular, but not all that successful. So Ford was trying to cash in on the new style of their 58 Thunderbird. And so the grille looked like the Thunderbird, kinda. And the taillights looked like the Thunderbird, kinda. And I gotta be honest with you, I never noticed this until I started looking into it a little bit closer. But if you take a look at the 1958 grille, here's a picture of it. You can kind of see the Thunderbird, a little hood scoop up in the top of the hood there. It looked a little bit like the Thunderbird, but even more so if you remove that crossbar. Now here's a picture of the 58 grille without the crossbar. You can see the family resemblance. Here's a picture of the 58 Thunderbird grille. You can see how close they are. Now, the taillights were similar, not quite the same as the Thunderbirds. The Thunderbirds were round. These were kind of oval, but there's the taillights on the 58 full-size Ford and the taillights on the 58 Thunderbird. So you see that resemblance. And I got to be honest with you, after seeing it this closely, I'll probably never look at the 58 Ford design again the way I have before. 58 wasn't a great year for sales, but it also wasn't a great year for design. You know, the designs from Ford and from General Motors were polarizing. They're even polarizing today. As you look back, you know, I don't see the 58s as quite as attractive as the 57s. We could talk about that forever. The same thing with the General Motors designs. But the fact of the matter was that there was a recession, sales were down, just wasn't a banner year for either of the makes. So Goldvarg's given us a model of the most popular 1958 Ford model, which is the Fairlane sedan. Now, it comes in 2 colors. One of them is sea spray green over silver tone green, and the other one is the one I have here today, and it's called gunmetal gray over sun gold. Now, I gotta be honest with you on the colors on this. When I first saw the pictures of it and saw the first description of it, the colors didn't do much for me. But I got to tell you something, having it here in hand, these colors pop. It's something that Sergio does really well. He picks fantastic colors, and whether or not we like them when he describes them, once they're in hand, this thing just looks spectacular. It works. This sitting in your collection, in the middle of your collection, is going to stand out. I guarantee you, you have no other models that are these colors right here, and they look good. So let's get it on the turntable and take a look at it. Okay, so the finish is superb. He's done something interesting with the roof treatment on this. I'll see if I can get a picture of it. But you know, I don't think it's blackwash, but the creases in the roof stand out really well. It's a kind of a bold statement. I like the way it looks. The finish is excellent. The trim, that grill is just beautiful. And the lensing, of course, is up to Goldvarg standards. The hood scoop is picked out very nicely, and the two little ornaments on top of the front fenders, just superb little jewels of trim. I did a really nice job on that. The quartering lights are picked out. Along the side, all of the trim is beautifully done. It's bright chrome, very well executed. The separation between the paints is very well handled as well. The trim around the windshield, the trim around the vent windows, very, very well done. Very much to scale. Beautiful rendition of the windshield wipers, the grill at the front of the cowl, really well done. You look around the back of the car, the trim around the rear window, equally nice. Excellent lensing on those tail lights. It looks like they're ready to light up. It's got the dual exhaust, so we know this one has a V8. Badging and you know, this minute badging that is just superbly executed. I love it. The wheels, the wheel covers, they're nice. Could use a little bit of blackwash, but they're well done. They're good replicas of the full-size wheel covers. The right size white walls. And then, of course, we'll take a look in the interior. Again, this is just a beautiful interior, a well-executed dash, a well-replicated steering wheel. The door panels are picked out very nicely. Seats, two-tone. They don't have fabric on them, but they sure do look like it does. And, of course, we have the jewelry on the door panels, the handles and everything. It's a beautiful model. In particular, I think he did a really nice job on the mirrors on either side of this. That would have been optional, and the antenna, which is partially raised. So it's a really great model. I'll tell you something, Sergio is holding the price on these things. I don't know how he's doing it because everybody else's prices are going up. I've seen these at $99 or so. They're going to go fast. It's a well-executed model, available in 2 colors. You know, ever since we've seen the 58 police car, people have been asking for a civilian version of it. Well, here it is, and it is another home run. Thank you, Sergio. Hey, thanks for tuning in. This is my take on Goldvarg's 1958 Ford Fairlane 4-door. I appreciate your watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like down there in the bottom right. And if you're not a subscriber to the channel, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. I'll be back. I've got a couple more Goldvargs that we're going to do. And then, of course, we're going to Chicago later this week. And I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for tuning in.